From far and wide, Oilers fans, this is Dolynny TV. And welcome back to another edition of Edmonton Oilers game previews here on Dolynny TV. I'm Tyson as we are getting set for the second New York Islander matchup. And oh my God, it's not been enough days to wash away the pain of that loss. Oh boy. And here's the thing. Okay, so fun and dandy. All right, let's have a little fun with this one, shall we? Let's go back to the Oilers schedule. I started on the standings, but let's go back to the Oilers schedule. Well, you know what? We've played one game since losing 5-2 to the New York Islanders. Currently, the Oilers are on another 5-game losing streak. And now, all of a sudden, you've got the coaching staff thinking, hey, you know what? We've had some good efforts these past couple of games. So if we play like that and add in McDavid, we should be fine. Well, here's the problem, guys. If you take McDavid and add him in from the Arizona effort and try and put him in tonight to win a game against New York, sorry. Remember, the Arizona effort was still a loss. I don't care that you tie it up last second, all that. It's still a crappy, terrible team loss. They battled a lot harder, don't get me wrong, but still that got this team a loss. Now, you have McDavid in the mix with hopefully the same effort, which we haven't seen when McDavid's in the lineup. Well, that's going to be a tough test. I don't know where this team thinks that it can possibly get that same effort out of everybody else when it's the same old age-old story. You guys are going to hate me for this, but a long time ago, right around when I was starting to do this full-time, every single day kind of thing, I put up a video explaining why I thought Connor McDavid was the real issue in Edmonton. And it's as simple as this. I love using that line, and I'm going to keep using it because it makes it clear to you guys how simple it really is. Everybody, when Connor McDavid's on the ice or when he's on the bench, everybody knows, well, you know what? If I don't score, at least Connor's out there. He has a good chance, so we'll be fine. That's the mentality that I seem to feel is always drawing back good play out of the Oilers because they feel, oh, well, you know what? It's okay if I don't cash my chance because McDavid will pick us up. He's got it. He's going to be fine. He's the best player in the league. Well, guess what, guys? Sidney Crosby didn't win Stanley Cups as the best player in the NHL because his teammates did nothing. And that's essentially the complex that no one can figure out in Edmonton in terms of coaching staff, general managers, upper management, or ownership, is the simple fact that, hey, look, we need guys who are going to compete whether McDavid's in the lineup or not. And that's where I really get ticked off that everyone's like, oh man, that was such a good effort without McDavid. Because guess what? It means nothing. An effort without McDavid means nothing with McDavid. There is no correlation between the two because of the past few years, there has been no correlation between the few. I am a guy who relies on history to tell me how the future is going to go. It's a bad way to look at life most of the time, yes, but in sports it seems to work out pretty fine. And looking at the Oilers without Connor McDavid and the Oilers with Connor McDavid, in terms of compete level this year, especially after that Arizona game, I don't have any faith. Now that said, we have our second crack at the Islanders in, well, less, what, 5 days, 6 days, whatever it may be, 5 days off. The math is confusing me because I'm looking at it too plain Jane. Anyway, we get our second crack at the Islanders. They just played the Flames last night. I mean, we can say the same about the Arizona Coyotes playing the Flames on Monday, so that's no excuse there. But you look at it this way. We had an all-right game against New York. We battled back a little bit and made it interesting, and then all of a sudden they go and absolutely pound our head into the sand at the end of the game. However, for New York, they're coming off. They've gone from home now in Western Canada. You got to think that this Oilers team with Connor McDavid, obviously McDavid's going to be hungry to catch up to Kucherov a little bit here in this game, and especially stick it to a team that stuck it to him last time out. Well, that's where I think the effort level is going to be different, right? If you can have the top line driving, and unfortunately we don't have lines. I mean, Bob Stauffer tweeted out the best guess, but I'm not even going to mention that because it holds no bearing, whatever the hell, tonight's game, because the question is an optional skate. What do you really see? Pretty much nothing. So against New York, you hope Kassian's up there on the top line. And realistically, the takeaways from the Arizona Coyote game, this is what the Oilers have to do. They don't have to, like, obviously, I'm not expecting the same compete, the same effort. All I'm expecting, all I want the Oilers to carry from Arizona to New York, the back-to-back home games, all I'm asking that they do, this is as simple as I can make it seem. Get in front of the net. Why did the Oilers score 2 goals against Arizona? The Adam Larson puck, well, guess what? There was a man draped all over Kempfer. So, like, seriously, that's an easy recipe for success, right? If the D's going to hit the net with a man in front, ooh, dang, you're going to be fine. Now, hold on a minute. That second goal, it was a mad scramble, but look at how many Edmonton Oilers were in front of the net. That's a simple recipe for pucks going in either off of your stick or off the opposition and in the back of the net, and you still score a goal. Either way, it's perfectly fine. So for the Oilers tonight, I mean, Koskinen is, according to Bob Stauffer, the guy who's going to be starting tonight. So look at it that way. Koskinen, he's had some good efforts. I mean, Koskinen's been fine the past few games since Cam Talbot got traded. And realistically, I'm just excited to see. I'm just really excited to see if Koskinen continue to play good hockey and his defense can finally start picking him up. Right now, Andrej Sekera's mixed in. We know Sekera's probably going to be in there again tonight, and things are starting to look a little bit better for him as things progress along. We're paying him as our top defenseman, so essentially we got to start seeing some top production out of him, and I think that's going to come with time. Honestly, did not look bad against the Arizona Coyotes, so you hope that he can get it going. Hey, Zap, hey, get over here, you. So for Andrej Sekera, it's another key game in terms of going against much stiffer offensive competition than the Arizona Coyotes. That is for sure. Cannot kid that the New York Islanders aren't 10, 15, 20 times better offensively than the Arizona Coyotes, who still beat our Edmonton Oilers in a shootout. So I know you can say it's a crapshoot in the shootout, but guess what? I don't care. It's still a loss is a loss is a loss. You get the loser points, still not 2. So it's going to be a tough one. And I mean, realistically, for the Oilers, you got to hope, like I said, that the effort carries over from the Arizona game, but as I said, I don't think it will. So for McDavid tonight, you look at thinking about Draisaitl and Kassian. Kassian's been riding a crazy streak. Actually, what I want to point out, the reason why I had the standings up, hold on, let me get back to that. I forgot where I was starting this video because I started it different. So for the Oilers, after that loser point, we're 54 points. 7 points out of a playoff spot with 23 games remaining. Now, obviously, you do the math, right? You win 16 of these 23 games times 2, that's 32 points, plus 54, that's still 86 points, which may be good enough, just good enough to make the playoffs at this point. So the math is still there to some degree, right? Colorado, Minnesota, Chicago. Minnesota's pretty much selling the farm at this point. Arizona's going to, well, essentially probably end up doing the Arizona thing. Vancouver, what are they doing? Anaheim, we play them. If we get 2 points tonight, 2 points against Anaheim, suddenly, guys, we look very good. We're ahead of Anaheim in the standings, and suddenly we're moving up, right? We'd be at 58, they'd be at 57 if they don't win tomorrow against Calgary. So there's a couple of good things to look forward to in the schedule here, but it's for the Oilers. You got to have some faith, and I'm really not a man of much faith for the Oilers at this point. And yeah, it's going to be tough. But let's go quickly check what I was getting to on Zach Kassian there, because I wanted to make my point that he's been having a hell of a good time lately. Zach Kassian now our 7th top scorer with 16 points. He ties Jujar and Adam Larson, and he's one behind Oscar Klefbom for 6th on the team. So guys, that is pretty nutty. Anyway, I think that is all I can do because the cat needs to go eat and she is losing her mind. So I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. Guys, have your say in the comment section down below. As always, make sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new because I want to keep you around. And we will catch you in the next one.